Welcome back. Now we'll be talking about forest organization. Forests have been organized based on different classifications, like using geographical and climatic classification, which also is also known as ecological classification, given by Champion and Sate in 1968. We divide forests into tropical, montane, subtropical, montane, temperate, subalpine, and alpine scrub, obviously based on its geographical location as well as the climatic conditions that prevail in that area. Now, as we already studied in the previous lectures about functional classification that was given in National Forest Policy 1952. Based on that, we divide forests into protection forests, into national forests to meet the national demands, to village forests to meet the local needs, and tree lands that are set aside for the purpose of amelioration outside the forest boundaries, legally forest boundaries. Now, this classification was revised based on the National Commission on Agriculture set up in 1976, and uh, it divided or classified forests into production forests, that was subdivided into valuable forest, mixed quality forest, and inaccessible forest. Second was protection forest, and the third is social forest, including minor forests on the marginal lands. Now we also have another classification called as legal classification, where we have reserved forests with the highest level of protection, then protected forests, then village forest, and other forests which are don't fall into any category as given in the above may be classified under unclassed forests. Now we come to territorial classification, and this is for the purpose of the field classification that forests can be divided into. We can the one of the components is the block. We can call it as the main territorial division of the forest, generally bounded by natural features and bearing a proper local name. Each block has a clear cut boundary all around it, numbered with pillars. So this you can see in this figure. You can see this whole block has been named as forest block Gulmarg, as we already is indicated here that it has a local proper name, so it has been named forest block Gulmarg. Now, next sub classification of block is compartment. A block is divided into several compartments, which are territorial units of forest permanently defined for purpose of administration and record, preferably designated by Arabic numerals 1, 2, and 3. Now you can see this forest block Gulmarg is divided into several compartments: compartment 1, compartment 3, compartment 4, compartment 2, and it has a proper designated Arabic name 1, 2, and 3. It may have boundary such as natural features such as ridge, valley, bottoms, or artificial. Sometimes it has artificial lines, boundaries such as forest lines. Now another sub classification may be called, sometimes it is done, sometimes in some forests it may not be followed. We have a sub compartment. Now how to have a sub compartment? If a compartment doesn't carry one forest type uniformly, suppose you have forest type Devdar or fir spruce or pine. Sometimes it happens that it's not a pure forest type. Sometimes Devdar is mixed with pine, but it falls in a single compartment. So for the temporary consideration, we can divide that compartment into two subcompartments. Like the compartment 2 has been divided into 2A and 2B. So it has a proper Arabic numeral 2 and followed by a letter, small letter, that may be A, B, C, or D, whatever you call that, based on the type of the forest type that it carries. And it's of a temporary nature, differentiated for special description and silviculture treatment. As different forest types require different silviculture treatments, this is the main motive to have a subcompartment. Now we have administrative classification. First, at the central level, we had Inspector General of Forest, the top post that is occupied in the forestry at national level, but now it has been redesignated from past many years to Director General of Forest, followed by Deputy Director General at DDG, and followed by, down the hierarchy, we have Assistant Director General. Now, besides this, we have different wings which are headed by the in charge, like wings, general administration, like wildlife wing, like central forestry commission wing, like forest industries, like and social forestry. Now, coming towards the state level, we have a classification wherein the forests of the state are headed by principal chief conservator of forests, and followed by additional PCs, principal chief conservators. Then down the hierarchy, we have chief conservator of forests for different, maybe for different wings. Then followed by chief conservator of forests, who heads circles, you know, or circles of the forest, which is down the hierarchy. We have deputy conservator of forests, DCF, or sometimes we at district level the same post is designated as DFO, divisional forest officer. This is the top post at the divisional level, followed by assistant conservator of forests at subdivision level, and followed by range officer grade 1 RO, which holds the responsibility for the forest range, followed by deputy ranger grade 2 range officer in some of the states in India, followed by forester or block officer, and ultimately we have forest guard or beat officer, who holds the charge of a beat. This is the administrative classification at central and state level.